How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Historic Brawl. Today is this video will go up on the 7th, which is the last day that I won't have access to Phyrexian all B1. I think it comes out on the 7th. That's what the store page says, but there's not a lot of information to verify online. So, to celebrate Phyrexian all B1, we are playing Phyrexians. Now, the Phyrexians is a color combination. I guess we'll get rid of that. Tend to be in black because the original Phyrexian horde under Yawgmoth was in black. And that's just because of Yawgmoth, right? I should have put Yawgmoth in the deck, but he's not a Phyrexian. He's a human. So we can get rid of the curse. Davriel is a bit harder. Get an Ornithopter Paradise. So this isn't like a fully Gix deck. It's a Phyrexian deck. Phyrexian tribal. Win on Phyrexia all will be won, and maybe into the aftermath set. I don't know what that's going to be. What do I want to get rid of? Swamp, I guess. Because we can Scriptures next turn. Decline. So, Phyrexian Scriptures. See if you're willing to trade your bolus. Don't believe you are. Too bad this doesn't hit artifacts. It would be too powerful, but it would be nice. We discarded that land and we're never going to draw another one. I guess I'm keeping Sheoldred. Blood Money is tempting, but... So this just adds 4 mana. 5, 6, 7. So we technically have enough. Bolus will have to kill this. They might just uptick. Yeah, I guess he had to die. I can't be mad at losing to Nicol Bolas. That's a battle that I'd actually like to see lore-wise. Nicol Bolas versus the Phyrexians. Because if the battle with the Gatewatch shows anything, it's that apparently the Phyrexians are stronger than the Gatewatch. But like Nicol Bolas proved that he was stronger than the Gatewatch, right? Like the initial 5 challenged him to a 5-on-1 battle and he wiped the floor with them. And it basically took Ugin, a resurrected Niv Mizzet, and betrayal within his own ranks to get close to killing him. And even then, they didn't really kill him. Shame our Mind Stone does not tap for any mana. Cabal Stronghold. I want it to work. It just takes a lot, right? Because you need basic swamps. Yeah, my Inquisition of Kozilek was not going to do anything. His +1 is sneaky good. Gix's Caress. Not very good. Got a Power Stone, though. Massacre Wurm. I did not know. Oh, God. Oh. I concede game 1 from shame. Our Bolus opponent wins. Leonardo II, congratulations. You out Bolus me. It's a rare occurrence, but a necessary one. Ignore the quests. We are doing our quests. Vaguely, right? Like, none of those quests said black, but I'm sure we'll figure out something. Yeah, I'm really excited about the new set, because there's so many cool commanders to work with. It's just we've reached the painstaking stage of getting to the new set where I want my video for the 8th to be about the new set, because that's conceivably the earliest I can get a video out about it. So it'll come out on like midnight on the 8th. I guess we'll keep this. Because we got Sleeper into Abomination into Gixian to Profit. Like, that's a good profit margin. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Planeswalkers power sets these days. Let's get in 1 free point of damage. Like, if they block, we pump and we kill the Ornithopter. But if they don't, we just play our Toxic Abomination. Are they holding up a counterspell for our commander? Watch Away does it, right? Like, we've seen it in several games. Man, do you guys remember when the new Capinus Sleeves came out and I accidentally just chose a random new Capinus Sleeve as my, yeah, it's a counterspell. Next year we can Deceiver Exarch, or no, Entomber Exarch. It's a pretty big golem. We can get rid of it though. It's Phyrexian, okay? It makes a Phyrexian. Are they gonna bounce it? They look a bit milly. Right, like that's a mill card. This is a mill card. Inquisition. We're discards. We're actually okay. Let's see what they got. Magic art has evolved over the years, and there's definitely some cards from the past that are just amazing. If you want to kill something, it's going to cost you. So I think we just keep attacking them. Like, let Ashiok mill what he wants. We have to force out the counter spell or the removal spell. Ooh. That could force our opponent to act. Look at all these good cards that they've milled. The Ashiok's Altar made it in the deck because I was just so impressed with it during the Vadrock game. Where it just kind of, well, it didn't help us win the game, right? But we were at a point in the game where we were basically 100% to lose. Down to 3. Now a Toxic Abomination getting through will close out the day. Rupkin's Chef. I wonder if that's a reference, or if it's just a guy who is a chef. Could be either. Could be either. Respect both, honestly. Milled 3. Cutdown's actually kind of nice here. Dreams of Oil. See what you got there. It's definitely not an artifact or a creature, but you have to fade away. So let's cut down a blocker, and this should just do it. Yeah. So I looked at the other color combinations, and I was thinking that maybe like a black-white Phyrexian base deck would be kind of cool. But at the end of the day, it seemed more viable to just build the mono-black Phyrexian deck than make our mana base weaker, just add in the 6 Phyrexians within the white color combination. Like, there were other reference cards that we could have gone with. Like, we could have gone with, there's that 1-mana Jumpstart Elish Norn card that I'm really fond of. This is good ramp right here. Thoughtseize. what do we got? So that's really bad. This is all very slow, so let's just get rid of the really bad card. And ramp. So I'd sincerely like to get Gilded Lotus down before Skyclave, because then that'll make Skyclave easier to pull off. Changeling. Well, you do nothing, don't you? Highest power is not good. Power to less is not good. I can see why nobody ever chooses you. Gix's command. No blocks. That is 6 cards that we will never draw. My god. I need a hard wrath now. We are taking lethal damage this turn. So that's the only one I can block. Ouch. Dude, Angels trashed us. Maybe it's time to go back to the Angel deck, because that was nice. We'll do a game 4. So one of the weirdest things to me, as far as like the lore goes, is that the Phyrexian are these big bads, right? But like every completed Planeswalker is just kind of a worse version of they were when they weren't completed, right? And that's weird. Like, the completed mechanic from a lore standpoint also doesn't really make that much sense, right? Because completing a Planeswalker makes them loyal to New Phyrexia. But using... who am I up against? Emery? Boots, I guess? Oh, it doesn't really matter. But Boots makes it happen slower. A Signet. Yeah, luckily Boots is 1, not 2. There's 2, not 1, because then they could play Emery with their 2 mana, tap the Mox Ember for 1 mana, but Emery will also be summoning 6, so that wouldn't work either. We might have to Parasitic Implant him. I don't know, I like that Jumpstart added a bunch of Phyrexian cards sneakily into the format. I think that's kind of cool. Because it gives Phyrexians in Historic a slightly different flavor than Phyrexians in Standard, right? And I feel like that's a good thing for overall for the health of the game, because there was a time on Arena, right, during the whole Uro to Fairy phase where your standard deck kind of felt like your historic deck, because the most powerful cards in the game were kind of just sitting there in standard doing their thing. You had Uro, you had Teferi Time Traveler, you had Nissa. I guess Nissa isn't too egregious these days, but back then she was. You had like a Field of the Dead Winter, Golos, ultimatums all over the place. Like, there was a time where you could queue into Historic with a standard deck and just wipe the floor with people. And to be fair, you probably still can, right? Like, mono black mid-range is probably one of the stronger mid-range decks that the client has seen. Now, Historic has a lot better ways to deal with that than the banner. Has a lot better ways to deal with those kind of things than the standard format, right? Because standard has such a limited card pool. But you could probably still steal some games off somebody with like a mono black deck. Emery has been successfully booted up. Let's deal with Padim. We don't want to remove counters, we want to kill. And then I shouldn't have done this. Let's get a plant off the board. We would have drawn a card if we had not played the Dowsing Dagger during our first main, because we would have attacked in and they would choose whether or not they were going to block with Emery, which they would never do because Emery is just broken. I guess he's not that broken. Like, of the 3 mana artifact commanders, the one from Kamigawa, I feel like, is probably the most broken of the ones. Just because it can reanimate any artifact, and it draws you a card while it does it, or at least for the first time. So we drew a Vault Skirge. Can't cast it though, can we? No, we cannot. We spent all our mana. Has our opponent AFK'd? They might have AFK'd. Some very nice Highlands though. So I guess that Gix gets his second victory from being a default last man standing. Either way, I think I'll end the video here. Do we wait it out? Might as well. No real reason not to. I mean, after this, I have to build a white deck to do my quest, so get another land down that costs 3 mana. As land should. Yeah, we'll end it here. Thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time. Bye for now.